Hello YouTube, this is Time itself, bringing you a game of Domination on Strike. Strike is making a return from Modern Warfare 1, Call of Duty 4, in Modern Warfare 2 here.
Domination.
There are a lot of really good Domination tutorials out there, and they'll all tell you, you want to hold 2 points. Let the enemy have the other one. Strike, like most maps, you need to hold B in order to hold either A or C and have 2 points. You can't control both A and C for very long. So at the start here, I just take a marathon class and run to B, take it with my teammate. Rangers spawn a little bit closer to B it seems, and so get there first. Makes the bum rush, just run to the point, pretty effective for them. The Rangers can't beat the OPFOR to their initial point C, but due to the line of sight, the Rangers can often get a little grenade off and C and keep the OPFOR team from taking C. Now in Modern Warfare 2, Infinity Ward has moved the C flag back a little bit further so that you can't take it from inside the building or behind the wall on the other side of the building or even at the top of the stairs. This means you can't be sneaky and hold the point against them from inside the building or outside or some other place, but it also means that they can't take it from a covered position. Just look at that flag. It's sitting out there in the middle of 2 lines of sight, one that cuts most of the way across the map, and the other that goes along the side of this building here next to C. There isn't a lot of cover. They added a little bit more through the long alley down the back, but it's not a lot of help. And as you can see here, my team is just taking every opportunity to grenade or shoot at the flag and keep the OPFOR team from taking it. Most of these positions around the flag aren't great camping spots or anything, but when someone's at a different one every time, they never come around the corner knowing quite where to look. Here you see the one big change to the map in general that Infinity Ward made for Modern Warfare 2, and that you can come through that back laundry room from the initial OPFOR spawn by C. Now here we are, 2 whole minutes into this game, and the OPFOR team is still pretty much spawning right where they started. And they make a little push to B here, but they just keep going back. That's just part of the spawn system of Modern Warfare. As amusing as it is to see that C still isn't capped, it gets to be a problem because the game will end with defeat for both sides if the point remains uncapped for, it's in the hundreds, but go ahead and take this and keep that from happening. The idea now is that we're going to try and hold a spawn trap behind C in the initial OPFOR spawn and keep them there. Every time you kill someone in this game, they're going to respawn. You want to know where that is, and ideally, you can control where that is. The game likes to spawn people by their flags, by their teammates, and out of the line of sight of enemies. I know there are plenty of examples of terrible spawns into enemy line of fire, but that's generally an exception. It's not something you can count on happening all the time, and mostly someone will spawn somewhere else, and then their teammates will respawn next to them, meaning that you just lost control of the spawn. That means the easiest way to mess this up is to have someone run back into their spawn and go try to be a badass. Don't get me wrong, I have every confidence in my friends here that they could go back and go 20-0 into their spawn, but they're not going to do that without moving the spawn somewhere else, and that messes it up for the rest of the people on the team. When they do get out, and they usually do at some point, you have to try and get them back before whoever is left in the original trap leaves, because then it's really hard to get them back into a spawn trap like this one. Right there you see me die because I can't see the guy behind my holographic sight. It's a bit bulkier than the red dot, and one of its downsides. I like the holographic sight on my LMGs, especially when I'm running around without a grip. As you can see here, F and J and holographic sight seems to work a little better than the red dot for some reason. Anyway, the other way to really get a team back to where you want them is to let them take a flag. Just start spawning around it. This would be the case if they managed to take A and we wanted to get them back on C. We would have to let them recapture C most likely in order to get them back there again. Then retake A, and then we could try to push back onto C and dominate. Often teams will make the mistake of taking C, in this case when A be capped from behind them, and then pushing through C. And really the problem you run into is that B can be captured from behind you, and you can find yourself in exactly the same spawn trap that you had just had another team in. Oftentimes it will be easier to capture the point in the back. You can get there and then push forward to B with your team as an organized push. The other team will be rushing backwards, turning around, coming back to B, and you'll be going forward. You meet them on more even terms, compared to, say, pushing from C to B, where the other team will be camped in and know exactly where you're coming from. It's not a bad idea to put the C4 on a point, walk away, just so you have that in case the other team starts trying to capture the point. Here I get caught off guard, but thanks to the changes in Modern Warfare 2, it's a lot easier to detonate that C4 right after you throw it out. You don't have to switch to the detonator and then back to your gun. Actually got a payback on that guy even. I don't know how that works, but okay. It's surprising how effective C4 can be used like a grenade now that you don't have to do that swap to the detonator. Just right bumper, double tap X, and you can kill yourself with it in midair if you do it fast enough. Probably noticed that had UAV up most of the game. These guys really should have switched to cold-blooded classes to try and get out of here, but they haven't. Maybe throw some smoke, try and run past. No, I didn't even try that. So here is the shutout. Pretty minimal turnover. Looks like one guy left and we had some other guy join. But otherwise they were here the whole game. Don't know what they thought they were doing, but that's it. Thanks for watching.